man. That was ass, bro. Oh my gosh. All right, this is that's Philly taking over. Sorry, bro. Yeah, Webb doing a little bit of deliberating on the outside of the ring there.
Probably just picking the right stage.
Yeah. No, you're probably right. Robin versus Lucas. I'm not sure what you were expecting when you tuned in this week, but hey, we're this is what you get in Losers Final here at Fusion.
I cannot, for the life of me, predict who's gonna be in in the upper brackets for Fusion or what characters they're gonna be playing. I always get a different batch every time I commentate.
Oh my gosh, I actually just squirted hand sanitizer and got way too much. So I'm gonna have very, very sticky hands. That's nuts. Anyway, speaking of sticky grabbable stuff, I'm thinking that WebbJP is gonna have to rely a lot on that Z button. That snake is going to have some extra adhesive material on it.
Yeah, no, at that range where Zera is effective, Robin doesn't really have unless you already have a projectile charged up, it can be a really good tool to just kind of harass her for maybe trying to throw out an L-fire or something.
Yeah, you'd think, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it also outranges her aerials. I would assume so, considering how large it is. But hey, I don't know. I don't play Lucas.
So Jades, it's interesting because we were looking this up before, and I never really got the opportunity to talk about it. I wanted to mention it during Winter's Final, but unfortunately, it just never really came up. We were talking about other things. Yeah, no real information on Jadesfate. Oh my gosh, really just get Zared. Just get Zared.
That's the WebbJP special. You ever see a really cool Lucas combo on Twitter? WebbJP will be able to do it in bracket and on Wi-Fi.
No, you're right. You're right. That's absolutely them.
His punish game is really on point.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much information you find on Jadesfate. You know, WebbJP is going to keep on with that game plan. Absolutely the immovable object of the Wi-Fi scene here. Lucas has been terrorizing Tri-State for the better part of 3 months now. That arc fire going to catch Webb.
Situation.
Ooh. Swinging the sword.
Yeah, I do like the slight delay on the PK Thunder 2 from WebbJP to try to mix up the timing, but it really didn't look like it mattered.
No, not in that instance, it seems. Kick to the face. Oh no. Wow, Jades. I mean, something wrong with the recovery there. I don't know.
All right, back
throw. Oh, sorry about that, man.
No, that's fine.
It's a nice feeling when we're both right, though, I have to say. Grad and Nosferatu.
Great.
The synergy is just unreal, let me tell you. And WebbJP is getting these nairs, and yeah, if I'm Jades, I'm thinking I want to be a little bit more careful on my approaches jumping in. I want to make sure that my hitboxes are coming out before Webb really has a chance to react. Because I don't know if I'm super confident about my ability to push my game plan through the air, especially against WebbJP. Ooh.
Yeah, so I feel like one thing we see whenever Jade gets WebbJP on the ledge, Jade is so good at just keeping him there. Even if Jade doesn't get the kill, he's able to just rack up so much damage while at the ledge.
Yeah, it seems that way, right? It's one of those deals that's been keeping this game rather close and really in the corner of Jade's for the opening part of the proceedings. We are almost about 4 minutes into this one.
okay.
Oh my gosh, I thought that they were right in the middle of the PK projectile, but no, you know what? We're gonna follow that up with the grab into the up throw. WebbJP.
Can't believe that move comboed into itself like that. I've never seen that before.
I mean, the thing is with WebbJP, it's always an educational experience. You're never quite sure what's going on. And part of that is because I'm not used to seeing Lucas play in general, but another part of it is just the fact that he has been such an offensive innovator.
Oh, the snipe with the Thoron!
That was nuts. I mean, I was talking about innovation, but then Jades just goes out and does that. That's absolutely nuts. Whoever this Jadesfate is, man, this is good stuff.
Yeah. Okay, PK Fire, get Jade on the platform. Despite the game being really close, WebbJP seems to have ran away with a late lead right now. Okay, snare. Get WebbJP back to the stage. Oh, the PK freeze! Buys WebbJP outing from the ledge.
So WebbJP just begging Jades to hit the B button on him.
Yeah, and it seems like PK Fire is doing a really good job canceling out Robin's projectiles. So
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be the play. It's like one way or another, I have the magnet and I have the PK Fire to cancel out your arc fires that you're doing that you're using to pile up the lion's share of your damage. What are you going to do in order to get out of that? You're going to have to approach me in the air, and I can react to that with Nair. And that's going to take game number 1. As long as it took, WebbJP, slow and steady sometimes does win the race, and certainly puts some points on the board. 1-0 in favor of WebbJP.
Yeah, we saw like I mentioned, like near the end of that match, Jade's ledge trapping started getting like shorter and shorter, and WebbJP found his footing at the ledge and was able to get off really well. One other thing that's interesting is that because PK Fire beats out like Arc Fire or Thunder moves, is that for Lucas that's fine. Like if he loses a PK Fire, he doesn't care. He has plenty of those. Robin has to spend time charging them or using the book resources, and then has to wait for the book to come back when he runs out. So that trade is going to be favorable for Lucas.
So as we approach this game number 2, what do you think that Jade is going to have to do to get themselves back into this? Because we really don't know a whole lot about Jade's fate, to be completely honest. Other than what we've seen thus far.
I guess Jade's favorite. I think the big thing is try to find a way around PK Fire, just so that trade that I mentioned earlier doesn't happen.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah, because it's a slight advantage for Lucas, but it can add up when you run out of like Arc Fires or Thunders when you really need them. So even if you just like hold shield instead of like shooting something out, that'd probably be better. Just keep it.
Well, either way, it's going to be game number 2. And once again, this is a best of 5, so no backs are up against the wall quite yet. We're going to have to, though that could come as soon as the next game. So we're going to Smashville. Not as much room for either character to really set up. It's going to come down to really who has the better normals and perhaps the better aerial approaches. And even then, I would have to give the advantage to WebbJP, right?
Yeah, for approaching, I feel like Lucas's aerials are a bit better, but for stuffing out approaches, Robin, I feel like would do a bit better with that.
Inclined to agree with you there.
Nice forward air. Knocking Robin off stage. Oh, and the down smash. Gonna catch the 2-frame. That down smash from Lucas is like perfectly designed to catch like 2-frame recoveries.
That was actually kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie to you, but WebbJP playing the game right now. I'm playing Jade's Fate for a bit of a fool there. Put you into disadvantage and then the down smash. Like, come on, man, that's just nasty. However, the dash attack's going to negate that stock lead that Webb had accumulated. Sitting at only 53%, definitely plausible for Jade.
Ooh, double up air, nice. That's a nice chunk of change, good damage.
A big sweeping up air motion, and takes a bit for it to come out, but perhaps certainly when it connects flush. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, Jade went really deep there for that edge guard, but finds the back air anyway.
Oh my! Off the stage. And yeah, that's never the best position for Jade to be, but this is one of those games where you're not really going to find many people getting gimped, because I don't think I've seen JP get gimped ever in his entire life. And Jade, I mean, just it speaks to Robin that you're probably getting killed only if you decide to get cute above the stage, right? Like you would think.
I guess maybe. Okay, no, he got the. I was gonna mention how both those death tilts sour spotted, and he didn't get the kill.
Right.
Oh, the double? Oh, doesn't get the backer though. Oh, this is that's it. It's gonna be Jade's game.
Jade taking it. Interestingly enough. I mean, let's go through that last stock, because I feel like a little bit more went into that than we were really giving Jade credit for, because we were talking about a whole bunch of things trying to catch up to it. But yeah, just take us through it, because I thought that Webb had a way back in, but Jade just said no.
Jade saw with the double arc fire comboing into itself, missed the back air, but still was able to pick up with an L Thunder. And then I think he did an arc fire or Lucas grabbed ledge, and then he did an arc fire a little bit further back, so it kind of caught the roll. And then you just come on the up smash from there. Because usually when Robins go for arc fire, it's usually at the ledge, so you might be inclined to roll. But in this case, the roll led to that stock for Jade, and the lead for that meeting.
Yeah, and it's so weird to think about all that. The setup that even went into that seems so elaborate, but I just sometimes when it works, it works. You have to break out some a little bit of novelty when it comes to. You have to break out a little bit of novelty when it comes to taking out WebbJP, especially in his house, which is basically what top 8 at these tournaments have become these days. So.
His house, figuratively and also literally, he's in his house.
Yeah, you know, we keep going back to that, and it feels a little schlockish now, but you're right. It definitely is that one way or another. So, as we go to FD, Jade and Webb gonna go at each other. No platforms to get in the way. I mean, who do you see this favoring? I would think it's that much harder for Webb to get back to the stage, just because you have that much reach on Robin's sword to pick off landings.
Yeah, not only that, but WebbJP has been using run off a platform and then like Fear versus PK Fire really well. So without any platforms, you can't really use that as a way out to get off the platform.
Honestly, solid point.
Oh my goodness, double PK, or not PK Fire, Arc Fire and just up smash.
Oh my. And Webb going to lose that first stock. Jade carrying that momentum well into game number 3, taking that stock in less than a minute.
good for Jade right now.
Yeah, not too badly. Oh, looking for that down smash. The fact that that two frame so consistently with the down air, the last hit of Dare spiking below the stage, and Jade, you thought you had a lead, well, you thought wrong.
That Dare carried him off the stage into his demise.
Actually a little nuts. Yeah, no, and the fact that Lucas's aerials pick up that quickly, it's and so effectively, it seems a little unfair. I mean, it's a 10-frame startup, and then it just kind of carries you off into the great unknown and spikes on the last one. That I want to say 30-something. I don't know, man. But it's all technicals. I'm sure you can look it up. How does that happen? Either way, 2 stocks to 2. Jade off the stage, and this is where Webb's gonna have to make his money, catch whenever he possibly can. Oh, you're not able to make it back. You have to be ready on that tech, Jade. This is loser's final. You have to be ready on that tech.
Yeah, especially with like Lucas PK Thunder. Like that thing seems like it has a mind of its own sometimes, where it's gonna send you up or like into the stage or out. So at the very least, you have to be ready with the tech. Oh no, I don't think that air dodge was intended, but it's fine. Jay didn't die from it.
Webb. The magnet being deployed and met a sword instead, so maybe not the best timing there, but Jade deploying that back air, one of the quicker aerials that that Robin has, frame 9. So you can definitely see why it would be utilized here, but that forward air. Gonna take Webb off stage, gonna try to get this kill, but Webb just a little too elusive in the air. Almost a whole stock lead here for WebbJP, but oh my!
I didn't notice that Robin had Thoron ready to go.
Yeah, I didn't really take note of that, to be completely honest, and yeah, Jade was ready with that time on when the PK Thunder came. He makes it back to the stage. He's in at 118, and all of a sudden, Webb's at 43%. Do not blink, Eric Gordon. You're going to miss it!
No, my God! How did that happen?
Oh my gosh, Jade! Do not sleep when Robin has you at ledge.
When Lucas grabbed ledge, Lucas at like, I want to say 54%, and then the damage combined between the arc fire and then the F smash and the rage, just the perfect recipe for disaster. Like, oh my goodness. That was kind of Webb's game a little bit.
You ever get so hyped that you mute your mic by accident? That's what just happened to me. I actually like grabbed for my mic and hit the mute button. But no, what we were just saying, it's honestly a little insane, the fact that I think Webb wants that run back. Is that what's happening here? Because I did not see him switch stages.
I mean, everything was going fine for him on the stage until that like last interaction. And he died at like 50.
And can I just say, an excellent song choice. The SSB64 Final Destination theme when you're fighting Master Hand. This is how you do it. But follows quick little follow-ups there from Webb. And this is what you want to do. You want to pile on that damage.
No. I thought that was gonna spike and he was gonna die. It's fine.
Quick little gut check, but I don't know. I think that you want to save that. I think you want to save that dare for a higher percentage, because now Jade knows what to look for. Jade knows that you're gonna want to be looking for that. Maybe conditioning for it.
Yeah, that's true. That is data.
Now
you know what your opponent's going for.
Now I do think that it helps you. I think that it helps you obtain grab if Jade decides to sit at ledge. But I don't know. At 111, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is up throw range quite yet. Maybe a little bit more. At 123, Jade still trying to press advantage, but Webb makes it back with only 79 percentage points against him. And Webb roaches with it. Yeah, that forward air. And Lucas's aerials are just so absolutely ridiculous. The fact that that thing is as powerful as it is, and it has the hitbox that it does. I mean, that foot should not have that kind of hitbox. It really just shouldn't. Oh my!
And Webb's gonna make it back.
WebbJP, you talk about a response. That is a response. That second stock just got Control-Alt-Deleted, man. WebbJP.
Honestly, this game is looking like 100% Webb. Like, he might just thinking about Game 5 right now. The rate this is going.
Oh, he was looking for that down smash. He was begging for that down smash. As quick as that thing is, and as capable of hitting below the ledge, man. And just
and
like
not expecting
that.
the double tech.
No. That's yeah, see, you're ready for 1 tech. Now get ready for 2, said WebbJP. And Jade failed that particular gut check, and here we are in Game 5. The winner of this, may I remind you, facing off against Sans. This is going to underscore Sans, I should say. Sans will be looking for the rematch against Jadesfate, where he did win it by a score of 3-2, but man, only by the slimmest of margins, it seemed. WebbJP has not played Sans yet this day. I'd love to see how that particular matchup history worked out, but I can only imagine that Lucas versus Bowser is going to not be favorable for Sans, so perhaps some bias on his part here in terms of rooting interest, but as Jade is going to be selecting the stage, I think.
Yeah, after that last game, I wouldn't want to go back to FG.
But they've both exited the ring now. So what could this mean? Or are we just reading too much into it?
I don't know. I don't see us going back to FD. So
Ooh.
I'm not quite sure what stage they would go to. But yeah, I did not expect a character switch either. Like, I feel like these two are character loyalists through and through. Alright, going back to Smash Hill. I believe this was the game for Game 2.
This is going to be settled inside the Octagon. Jadesfate and Webb to settle it. A spot in Grand Finals at stake. And what do they do when they go to Smashville? They keep their distance. Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate you all. Webb going to deploy that magnet as much as he possibly can. In the back throw, put him in a disadvantage.
Oh, great arc fire to buy an opening back to stage. Oh, that open, barely missing his mark.
Yeah, that Elf Thunder was right and charged up. Did not find a mark at all, but back throw. Back. Oh wow! Jade responding with these. Ooh! All of a sudden, I just lost control of the English language. I apologize for that, but nevertheless.
Really good. 2 down tilts and then fading out some sort of reaction and beating that reaction out with a net smash.
Continuing on, first blood being drawn. 2 stocks to 2, and the up smash! You can't! You really just called out a jump like that. Yeah, that Lucas up smash, I have words about that. I will refrain from using them because I quite like being allowed on stream.
Wow, that still hit Robin.
Yeah, really.
These PK fires really, Jadefate's having a really hard time getting past him right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting like your whole game is camping people out, or keeping people out, I should say. Well, I'm sure that someone defined it as camping, but your whole game is keeping people out, keeping them at a distance. But WebbJP is not playing by that particular rule book. Like, what do you do about it? What is there to do about it?
Robin excels these ledge trap setups right now. Oh, great roll from WebbJP.
Oh, beautifully done. And you saw, was that a teabag that I just saw? Was that a teabag that I just saw? Well, either way, Jade follows that up with the back air. So it's down between these two on Smashville. Game 5, 1 stock to settle this. WebbJP knocks back the sun.
Lucas can do that.
Yeah, with the bat. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'll say that.
No, there's no. Okay, it's fine. Sorry, I got a bit too like. There's no way. But yeah, that's a.
Jade sitting in shield, trying to look for a grab out of it upon the land, and it seemed like, but Webb just would not give it to Jade. Spot and Grand's on the line, well parried into the down throw. The follow up with the PK fire. Magnets. Oh, these two are just waiting, biding their time. There's a lot of full hops I'm seeing from Jade. I'm not sure.
Yeah, flops are probably an attempt to just try to get around with PK fire.
See, I think that at some point, they're going to have to turn into short hops, and they're going to have to turn into offensive maneuvers. PK freeze, perhaps just not meticulously placed enough, or you're just putting it out there to threaten. Okay, get a little health back. You'll need it for the journey ahead. Webb, PK Thunder. Oh, waiting for. Yeah, you were waiting. I was waiting for the down smash too, honestly. Back air, however, puts Jade into advantage. It's all about how you follow up. Looking for the beam, does not find it, and the PK fire! All of a sudden, you thought you had it in the bag, but it slipped through your hands. WebbJP makes it to Grands.
I can't believe PK fire, like, was the answer there. And that was also such a big, like, gamble with the Thoron. If if Jade was just spaced a little bit further back, that Thoron probably would have caught the roll.
The roll, yeah. I mean, there was more than one roll. Let's be completely honest. That was nuts. And the fact that you got caught jumping there into the PK fire